Hi, this is Greg Suddy on Soccer, and I'm here with Jimmy Nordberg, the head coach and general manager of the Empire Strykers. Jimmy, it's so good to talk to you today, and thank you for inviting me up here to the press conference.
Thank you for coming. Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it was a good time, right?
Great time.
So I'm kind of going to reach out to you a little bit on some of the effects or the events of the past, the recent past.
Yeah.
I talked to you a little bit about it a minute ago. I mean, 2 years ago, you guys were in the championship. It was a gut check loss. I mean, it could not have been closer. And then you come out of the gates the following season, just owning the pitch. I mean, just owning it.
Yeah.
And in those last 8 games, you need one win to get a playoff spot, and it didn't happen. Can you talk to us? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot. I really don't.
No,
but at the same time, the fans are asking this,
Yeah.
right? What happened at the end of the season?
You know, I think it was a combination of things. We had some tough luck, and then we had some injuries.
Gotcha.
Losing guys like Willie Spur and Justin Stinson. Frank was battling a knee issue. We had some rough go, and I think the biggest thing was we didn't have enough depth on our team to bring those players in, and we had a rough part of the schedule going down to Chihuahua for a back-to-back game.
That's right.
Some travel stuff. And I think that ultimately hurt us. I mean, everybody in this league plays hurt, but if you're injured, it's a different story.
Right.
And so we took some injuries that we couldn't quite overcome. And I mean, it got down to a point to where in Chihuahua, we had to call in Chewy, who was a coach, to come in and play keeper, and he did a hell of a job for us.
Absolutely.
But I think that was very difficult for us. And then we had some really tough luck. I mean, in Dallas, winning the whole game, and then at the end, we just couldn't find a way to get those points to get us into the playoffs.
So that begs the question going forward this season. We have a new brand.
New brand.
But we don't have necessarily a new team. I mean,
No.
you mentioned, what was the word you said a few minutes ago?
New mentality.
It's a new mentality going forward from Empire Strykers, and also the Empire Jets.
Yep.
So that's the M2 team.
M2 team, correct.
How's that affiliation?
That affiliation is great. Chewy is actually going to be the coach of that team.
Wow.
So the pipeline goes directly into M1 and M2, and part of our DNA as a club is to nurture the local talent. And so we want to bring these guys into the organization and develop them. And it takes 2 to 3 years to learn this game and become master of it.
Right.
And so that's a great place for them. And Chewy's been in this league forever, so he knows the game through and through, and he's with our first team, so it makes it really easy for us.
Talk a little bit about the new blood that's on the team this season. I mean, a lot of your core players are coming back. We saw that at the press conference. A lot of the core players are still there, but you're bringing in some new blood. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, there was an opportunity to bring in guys like Adam James, who is a great team guy, played at Kansas City with a great organization, and he's a hard-working guy that we love the energy he brings to this team. Right. And then you bring in Mo, who last year had 44 points in the league and is an up-and-coming player. Like, we're excited to bring those points to this team, and it goes back to what I originally said is, we needed to bring depth. And so bringing in players like this, these are marquee players in our league to help the other players we have on our team. And you look at some of the teams that did very well in playoffs, they're very, very deep. Yeah. And so now it's a next man up type thing because injuries do happen. Yeah. And we want to make sure we're deep enough to be able to do it. So now it's great because we've been able to make our coaching jobs very difficult. Nice. Because who makes that roster? Right. So we're very excited.
So talk a little bit about the Mesquite Combine that went down. Did you bring in new players that you like? Are they going to go M2? Are they going to? Do they have a chance at M1?
So the plan is M1 for those guys.
Right.
We really liked what we saw at the draft. The combine was great.
Yeah.
Keith Tozer did a heck of a job with it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I think it's something that this league should really grow on because the camaraderie between the coaching staffs were really good. Working with each other and learning from each other and getting out there and coaching the players was awesome, and we had a lot of fun.
Well, Jimmy, I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate this franchise.
Yeah,
you guys are always very hospitable to me when I come up here, and this is a great opportunity to get to know and talk to some of you guys before the season starts. And I'm really excited about the Empire Strykers and what's going forward.
So are we. Thank you, Suddy.
All right, thanks, man.